The sun dipped below the horizon as Sergeant Jack Reynolds found himself isolated, lost behind enemy lines with no immediate hope of rescue. The dense forest around him whispered threats, every shadow a potential danger. Separated from his unit during a fierce skirmish, Jack's survival depended on his wits, training, and sheer determination. Each step was measured, every breath silent. He knew the terrain was unfamiliar, and the enemy patrols were relentless. With limited supplies and no communication, Jack faced the ultimate test of endurance. His mind raced through survival techniques, recalling lessons from training and past experiences. As night fell, the forest seemed alive with unseen eyes, but Jack steeled himself. Alone, hunted, but never defeated. As darkness enveloped the forest, Sergeant Jack Reynolds found a small clearing to take refuge. His heart pounded, every sound amplified in the stillness. The howls of distant wolves and the rustling of leaves kept him alert, but exhaustion gnawed at his resolve. He carefully gathered branches and leaves, building a makeshift shelter to shield himself from the cold night air. With trembling hands, he rationed his limited water and food, knowing these precious resources might not last. Jack's thoughts drifted to his comrades, whether they were safe, searching for him, or facing their own battles. The weight of isolation pressed down, but his will to survive burned brighter. He wrapped himself in a thin poncho, closing his eyes for brief moments of restless sleep, aware that dawn might bring new dangers. At first light, Jack rose with the forest still cloaked in mist. His senses sharpened as he began to navigate the dense terrain, relying on subtle signs, broken twigs, animal tracks, and the faintest trails to guide his way toward friendly lines. Every rustle and distant sound heightened his awareness. Enemy patrols could be near at any moment. The physical exhaustion was compounded by mental strain, yet Jack pressed onward, driven by the hope of survival and reunion. He employed all his training, moving silently, avoiding open spaces, and setting small traps for food. Hunger and thirst gnawed at him, but the thought of giving up was never an option. Through determination and skill, Jack transformed from a hunted soldier into a relentless survivor. Days passed in a blur of cautious movements and tense vigilance. Jack narrowly avoided enemy patrols multiple times, each encounter a test of nerve and quick thinking. Once, he froze as footsteps echoed nearby, heart pounding as a squad passed mere meters away without detecting him. His limited food supplies forced him to scavenge, sometimes risking exposure to forage for roots, berries, or small game. Sleep was scarce and interrupted by the ever-present threat of discovery. Despite the fear and isolation, Jack's resolve only strengthened. His survival instincts sharpened, and he learned to read the forest as both ally and adversary. Each close call was a reminder of the razor-thin line between life and death. Weeks in isolation began to wear on Jack's spirit. The silence, once a protective veil, grew oppressive, echoing with memories and fears. His thoughts often drifted to home, the faces of loved ones, the comfort of familiar places. Physical exhaustion was matched by mental battles, loneliness, doubt, and the haunting question of whether he would ever be found. Jack journaled in a small notebook, writing down thoughts to keep his mind anchored. He clung to memories and small routines, finding strength in the resolve that had carried him this far. The forest was no longer just a threat, it was a proving ground for his will to survive. One morning, while cautiously moving through a dense thicket, Jack spotted smoke curling faintly in the distance. His heart leapt, a sign of human presence, possibly friendly forces or local resistance. He approached carefully, using cover to conceal his approach. As he neared, voices became clearer, soldiers conversing, the clatter of equipment. Jack's hope surged, fueling his energy despite exhaustion. Determined, he prepared to make contact, knowing this could be his chance for rescue and reunion. Emerging cautiously from the underbrush, Jack raised his hands in a clear signal of peace. The soldiers, members of a local resistance group, were initially startled but quickly recognized his uniform and plight. After verifying his identity, they welcomed him with relief and offered food, water, and medical attention. Jack recounted his ordeal, his voice hoarse but steady. The rescue marked a turning point, rekindling his hope and connecting him back to the fight alongside allies. Though his journey was far from over, Jack knew he had survived the impossible and now had a mission to return home and share his story. After days of recuperation with the resistance fighters, Jack prepared for the perilous journey back to his own lines. The path was fraught with danger, enemy patrols, rugged terrain, and unpredictable weather. Despite the risks, Jack was determined to make it home, carrying with him the stories of survival, courage, and resilience. Each step forward was a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the unwavering hope that guided him through the darkest days. His journey home would not only reunite him with loved ones, but also inspire those who heard his incredible tale. Jack's return to his unit was met with overwhelming relief and celebration. Yet, beneath the joy, he carried the invisible scars of his ordeal. His experiences had transformed him, deepening his understanding of survival, sacrifice, and the bonds of brotherhood. He shared his story with fellow soldiers, inspiring resilience and hope. Jack's journey was a testament to the power of determination and the will to overcome even the most daunting odds. Though the battlefield had tested him beyond limits, his spirit remained unbroken, ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. Returning from the battlefield, Jack faced the challenge of reintegrating into civilian life. The transition was not easy. Memories of survival and loss lingered, and adjusting to normalcy tested his resilience anew. His diary reflected moments of struggle and growth, finding purpose beyond the war, reconnecting with family, and healing invisible wounds. Jack's journey illustrated that survival extended beyond the battlefield, encompassing the ongoing battle for peace within. Though Jack had returned home physically, the war shadows clung tightly to his mind and heart. Nightmares of being lost in the enemy territory, the constant fear, and the loneliness haunted his sleep. His diary became a vital outlet where he poured his thoughts, confronting the trauma and pain that words alone could hardly express. He struggled with feelings of isolation, even among loved ones, as memories often felt too intense to share. Yet, through therapy and the support of fellow veterans, Jack began to navigate the complex path toward healing. His story highlighted the often invisible battle many survivors face, proving that courage is not just about surviving war, but also about reclaiming life afterward. Jack's journey toward normalcy was gradual and challenging. His diary detailed the small victories, reconnecting with family, pursuing education, and finding new passions that rekindled his spirit. He volunteered in veteran support groups, sharing his story to inspire and assist others facing similar struggles. Jack discovered that rebuilding meant more than physical recovery. It involved healing emotional wounds and redefining purpose. The process was fraught with setbacks and moments of doubt, but his determination never wavered. Through resilience and community, Jack forged a new path, embodying hope and strength beyond the battlefield. As Jack settled into civilian life, he sought meaning beyond survival. His diary reflected his evolving mission to help others facing the aftermath of war. He pursued training to become a counselor for veterans, using his experiences to guide and support those struggling with trauma. Jack's work extended beyond individual healing. He advocated for policy changes and increased awareness of veterans' needs. He spoke publicly, sharing his journey to break stigma and inspire resilience. His dedication transformed personal pain into a powerful force for good, illustrating how purpose can emerge from hardship and how healing often involves helping others. Throughout his healing journey, Jack found profound strength in the bonds formed with fellow veterans. His diary detailed the importance of community, a place where shared experiences fostered understanding, trust, and mutual support. He participated in support groups, veteran reunions, and collaborative projects that nurtured a sense of belonging. These connections provided not only comfort, but also motivation to face ongoing challenges. Jack reflected on how brotherhood extended beyond the battlefield, becoming a lifelong source of resilience and hope. His story emphasized that healing is often collective, relying on the strength found in shared journeys. Jack's journey evolved from personal healing to passionate advocacy. His diary chronicled his efforts to raise awareness about veterans' issues, mental health, access to care, and the challenges of reintegration. He collaborated with organizations, policymakers, and community leaders to improve support systems. Through public speaking and writing, Jack shared stories that humanized statistics and inspired action. His advocacy work was not without obstacles, but his determination and authenticity resonated widely. Jack's mission highlighted the power of individual voices to influence systemic change and improve lives. As years passed, Jack's impact grew beyond his immediate circle. His diary reflected on the legacy he sought to leave, a testament to resilience, courage, and the enduring spirit of those who serve. He established mentorship programs, scholarships, and community initiatives aimed at empowering veterans and educating the public. Jack's story became a beacon of hope, inspiring future generations to face adversity with strength and compassion. His journey underscored that the true legacy of a soldier lies not only in battles fought, but in lives touched and changed forever. With time, Jack found moments of true peace, both within himself and in his relationships. His diary entries spoke of forgiveness, acceptance, and gratitude for life's renewed joys. He rekindled bonds with family and friends, embracing the present while honoring the past. Jack pursued hobbies and passions that brought him fulfillment and balance. Though the scars of war remained, they no longer defined him. Instead, they served as reminders of strength and growth. Jack's story became a powerful example of healing, resilience, and the pursuit of peace beyond the battlefield. In the twilight of his life, Jack reflected on a journey marked by struggle, survival, and transformation. His diary, once a private refuge, had become a legacy shared with many, preserving the truths of war and the hope of healing. Friends, family, and fellow veterans gathered to celebrate his life, sharing stories of courage and compassion inspired by his example. Jack's story stood as a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, reminding all who heard it that even amidst darkness, resilience and hope can prevail. His legacy was not just in the battles fought, but in the lives he touched, the barriers he broke, and the peace he embraced.